Right now, I'm going to be talking with Kathleen Carey,
Yes.
and also Chris Foster, and we're going to be talking about, actually that music kind of helps a little bit to introduce the play, Big Maggie, which has to do in Ireland.
Yes.
Of course, that bluegrass kind of gives you that little Irish feel as well. Chris, tell us about the play.
It does. And the play is, it starts on the day of the funeral of Walter Pulpin. And Walter was a sort of abusive, alcoholic, womanizing, squanderer kind of a man.
So everybody was really sad to see him go,
That's right. Including his wife, Big Maggie, and their 4 children. And everyone sort of has dreams about what's going to happen now that Daddy's gone. And throughout the course of the play, Maggie wants to now take control of things, and along the way, she has to sacrifice a lot in order to keep that control.
Mm-hmm. So now this is described as a black comedy, is that?
I'm going to say that it's really a comic tragedy is what I'd say,
tragedy,
because ultimately it is, what is the price that she pays in the end to keep that control. And I'm attracted to 2 kinds of plays. I'm kind of attracted to the kind of play where there's a hero who forges against insurmountable odds in order to, for a cause, and I'm also attracted to a play where big important people make bad decisions, and they continue to make bad decisions, and they sort of destroy themselves in the process, and they take down a lot of other people.
So how would you describe this
I would
one?
say the latter. And that's, that's an Irish sensibility too.
Absolutely.
Right, the glass is half empty.
Kathleen, you are the Big Maggie,
Yes.
right? And you, how many children do you have?
4.
4. Mm-hmm. So you are struggling with the death?
4 grown children. I wouldn't say so much that I'm struggling with the death of my husband. I'm struggling to take control and be independent for the first time in my life.
Because you've been under so much control before.
Exactly.
It's very difficult, and this is not unusual for women today even, that have been controlled by a male, that now they find out that they're the ones that have to be in charge and take care of things.
Yeah.
And what is the time setting of this?
1969, and it's
Okay.
rural Ireland. So it's and he doesn't actually put it in a place, but it's the Western Island.
Okay. Now, how large is your cast?
11.
11?
Yes.
11. That's a good-sized cast. Yeah. Does the husband ever show, or is he like a?
No, we started his funeral, so he's...
Sometimes they do a
there's
backstory,
no,
to show.
no flashbacks.
Yeah, flashbacks to see what's going on.
I have him in mind, but
Yeah, okay. And when is this play? So everybody knows when they can see this, so that...
It starts a week from this Friday, so that's August 15th. And
August 30th.
30th, excuse me, and runs through September 15th. Thank you. Somebody's got to keep me in line here.
And is this going to be appropriate for all ages? I always ask that because sometimes people would like to introduce their kids to, theater, but they,
I would say a sophisticated high schooler, maybe.
Yeah, there's no,
yeah.
There's not swearing in it. There's,
Well,
there's no actual.
Sometimes it's just the context that you have to have a little something in your own background to understand what is going on in the stage.
Right. Well, and I think the children, are relatable, and it isn't about money, power, and sex, but it's really more talked about than,
Right.
than anything.
Kathleen, how long have you been acting?
About 25 years.
Have you
or more
really?
than that,
Oh my
maybe.
God, you don't look old enough to be acting that
Thank
long. You
you.
probably started when you were 3 years old. I know.
Yeah, that's-
just like
that's
Joanne
it. That's
Sebo
right.
over there with her band. What are your favorite parts to play?
I love parts like this. This is actually the 4th or 5th Irish play I've done.
Oh, really?
So I seem to be attracted to those, and I don't know whether that's.
Do you
because I
have to
haven't
learn a brogue or anything?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You probably don't have to learn it after you've done 5 of them, right?
No, and I've actually never really found dialects too difficult. Some are harder than others,
Yeah.
but Irish came easy to me.
Yeah.
But I like to do a lot of different things, comedy and drama. And people always say, "What's your favorite role?" And hands down, I say Peter Pan.
Oh,
So-
Peter Pan! Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
Now, Chris, you've been directing. I know that you've directed before. You mentioned that you like to select plays like this. How often do you get to select the play that you'd like to direct?
Actually, most of the time,
Okay.
you know,
You just hope that some theater will,
right.
will accept it.
Absolutely, and I look for things that I haven't done before, and that I may not know anything about. I like the exploration process, and you know, so I don't really need to explore a Harvey or you know, Arsenic and Old Lace. You know, and even though John B. Keane was a well-known playwright. It wasn't well known to me, so it was, you know, I actually enjoyed the minute I read it. I was attracted to it, and I you know, so I thought I'd push
How
it out there.
exciting to create, to get something in your mind. I mean, first of all, the playwright, but also to then read it on paper and then put it together in your own mind. Mm-hmm. And even with the stage direction, you know, written, you still have to think about how you want to do it. Who is your producer?
Actually,
you're the director. I know.
Right. The board actually does
is
the
production
so,
of it. Yeah.
And everybody's been sort of involved in that.
Do you want to mention any of the actors that you can remember?
Sure. Besides Kathleen, it's Patrick White, Amanda Martini Hughes, Paul Diedrich, Annie Bunce, Pat Rooney, Kate Hands, Phil Sheehan, Elizabeth Pietrangelo, and Deborah Berger. Am I leaving anybody out?
And
Isaac Newberry.
Isaac Newberry.
And many of them have been on our stage right here, so it's always a pleasure to, and please say hi to Patrick for me too. And Patrick has been on quite often. We'll get a chance to get over and see that. It's called, one more time,
Big Maggie.
Big
Albany
Maggie.
Civic Theater.
And go ahead.
235 2nd Avenue. Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. And Friday and Saturday starts at 7:30.
Okay.
And then Sundays at 3 o'clock.
Okay, good. And you heard it here.